my beloved child. You have stood in front of doors that felt too heavy to touch. You have stared at opportunities that seemed meant for someone braver, someone more qualified, someone with fewer scars. You have felt the tension between desire and hesitation, between what you hope for and what you fear you are not ready for. But listen carefully. You are not standing there by accident. You did not arrive at this threshold by coincidence. I brought you here. For years you have prayed for breakthrough. You whispered it in exhaustion. You cried it in private. You declared it in faith when your circumstances contradicted you. And now I am telling you something that will shift the way you see this moment. The breakthrough has already been released into your life. It is not coming someday. It is not pending approval. It is not waiting on perfect conditions. It has been sealed in heaven. Your yes is sealed in heaven. Before you gathered the courage to knock, I already turned the key. Before you felt worthy, I already authorized the blessing. Before you stopped doubting, I already signed your release. You have been measuring possibility by your resources. I measure it by my authority. You have been calculating supply by your paycheck. I calculate supply by my ownership of all things. You have been staring at the size of the door. I have been preparing the room behind it. My precious one, the fear that has gripped your chest when you think about stepping forward, that is not my voice. I do not whisper, you are not ready. I say, I have prepared you. I do not say you are underqualified. I say, I have qualified you. I do not say, wait until you feel confident. I say, move, and confidence will follow obedience. You have been waiting for permission, but heaven already said yes. You have been waiting for confirmation, but the confirmation was released before you arrived at the door. I need you to understand something deeply. When I open doors, I do not open them halfway. When I release provision, I do not measure it with restraint. When I decide the season has shifted, it does not revert back. You have endured a long season of rationing, stretching, reducing, making do. You became skilled at surviving, but you were never created just to survive. You were created to thrive. You learned discipline in lack. You learned faith in uncertainty. You learned dependence in the wilderness. Now it is time to learn overflow. You have been whispering quiet doubts at night. How will this work? What if I fail? What if I misstep? What if I'm exposed? Let me answer you plainly. If I led you here, I sustain you here. If I called you forward, I fund the calling. If I positioned you at this door, I have already secured what is behind it. I am not scrambling to figure out how to bless you. I am not reacting to your crisis. I am not improvising solutions. I was arranging your answer before you recognized the need. While you thought you were delayed, I was aligning people. While you felt forgotten, I was restructuring outcomes. While you felt stuck, I was preparing acceleration. You thought you were behind schedule, but I do not operate by panic. I operate by precision. There are resources moving toward you that you have not seen yet. There are conversations happening about you that you are unaware of. There are approvals forming in rooms you have never entered. There are opportunities assembling in silence. The breakthrough is not fragile. It is not unstable. It is not temporary. It is released. You have been looking at your limitations. I am looking at my limitless supply. You have been rehearsing worst-case scenarios. I have been orchestrating best-case outcomes. My dearest child, I love you more deeply than you realize. And I do not tease my children with promises I do not intend to fulfill. When I say nothing will lack, I mean not wisdom, not provision, not favor, not strategy, not connection, not courage, not clarity, nothing. You have been calculating what you do not have. I am shifting your focus to what I am about to multiply. The little you hold in your hands, it is not insignificant. It is seed. And when seed touches my hands, it never remains small. You have been afraid to knock boldly. You have been tapping softly so rejection would hurt less. But this is not the moment for timid movement. Knock with conviction. Knock with authority. Knock knowing that the one who owns the building stands behind you. You do not belong outside that door. You were assigned to what is behind it. Stop shrinking yourself to fit rooms I never designed for you. Stop apologizing for occupying space I prepared. Stop rehearsing your disqualifications. The enemy has accused you long enough. Your past is not your permission slip. My calling is. Your mistakes are not your identity. My love is. Your history is not your ceiling. My promise is. The breakthrough you prayed for was not delayed because you were unworthy. It was timed because you were being built. Character was forming. Humility was deepening. Faith was strengthening. You were learning not to worship the blessing, but the one who gives it. That is why I can trust you now. The door in front of you is not random. The shift you feel is not imaginary. The stirring in your spirit is not coincidence. The season has turned. Acceleration has begun. You are stepping into a time where what once took years will compress, where what once felt impossible will unfold quickly, where what once seemed unreachable will become accessible. But you must move. Heaven has sealed your yes. Now you must respond with yours. Do not wait for fear to disappear. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is obedience in spite of it. Do not wait for perfect clarity. Clarity sharpens true movement. Do not wait for unanimous approval. I am your approval. My beloved child, you are not about to experience a small improvement. You are stepping into release. Provision that surprises you. Doors that align suddenly. Favor that feels undeniable. Peace that settles deeply. This is not hype. This is transition. The breakthrough has been released into your life. The seal has been set. The decision has been made. Heaven has spoken, and nothing can reverse what I have declared over you, my precious one. There is something shifting around you that you cannot fully see yet, but you can feel it. It feels like tension in the air, like the quiet before a storm, but not a storm of destruction, a storm of release. For too long you have lived bracing yourself for disappointment. You have prepared your heart for almost approved, almost chosen, almost promoted, almost healed. But I am ending the cycle of almost. This is not another almost. This is fulfillment. You became accustomed to delay. You learned how to function while waiting. You trained yourself not to expect too much so you would not be crushed again. But you cannot carry a waiting mentality into a release season. The breakthrough has been released into your life. And now your mind must catch up to what heaven has already done. My beloved child, I need you to loosen your grip on survival mode. Survival mode kept you alive in the wilderness, but survival mode cannot sustain you in abundance. You learned how to ration hope. You learned how to manage disappointment. You learned how to quiet your dreams. But now I am restoring expectation. I am teaching you how to believe again. Not cautiously, not defensively, but boldly. You have been watching doors from a distance, studying them, analyzing them, rehearsing worst-case outcomes. What if I embarrass myself? What if they reject me? What if I misheard God? Listen carefully. If I brought you to the threshold, rejection is not the outcome. Redirection is possible. Refinement is possible. But abandonment is not. You are not standing at this door alone. When you move, I move with you. When you speak, I breathe on your words. When you step forward, I strengthen your footing. You have been overestimating the power of the obstacle. and underestimating the authority behind you. I do not send my children to knock without already preparing the response. You thought you were asking for breakthrough, but in heaven it was already processed, signed, authorized, sealed. Your yes is sealed in heaven, and now earth is catching up. There are things being rearranged that you cannot yet trace. A conversation that will mention your name. A decision that will unexpectedly tilt in your favor. An opening created by someone else stepping aside. You will look back and say, it happened so fast. But it did not happen fast. It was building silently. My dearest child, you have spent nights trying to calculate outcomes. You trying to predict every possible variable so you could control the damage. But you cannot control what I have already secured. You do not need to outthink what I have already aligned. I want to remove something from you right now. That tightness in your chest when you think about provision. That heaviness that whispers, what if it doesn't come? That cycle of checking and rechecking numbers. I am breaking the fear of insufficiency. You do not serve a limited God. You do not serve a hesitant provider. You serve the one who owns the resources of heaven and earth. And you are not just one among many. You are mine, my beloved child, my treasured one. I love you, not sentimentally, not abstractly, but actively. My love moves provision. My love opens doors. My love defends your assignment. You have been measuring supply by what you can see. But supply does not originate in what you see. It originates in me. Jobs are channels. People are channels. Opportunities are channels. But I am the source. And when you shift your trust from the channel to the source, anxiety loosens its grip. You will no longer panic when one stream dries up, because you will know I can open another. You will no longer cling to one opportunity out of fear, because you will know I can create more. You will no longer shrink your request, because you will understand my capacity. You have been praying small prayers to protect yourself from disappointment, but I am inviting you to pray according to my ability, not your history. Expand your expectation, stretch your belief, because what I am about to do will require more room than you currently have in your thinking. There are multiple doors about to open. Not just one. You thought the breakthrough would be singular, but it will be layered. Provision in one area, favor in another, healing in another, restoration in another, and at first you may feel overwhelmed. Which one do I choose? Where do I step first? You will not be confused. I do not open doors and then leave you guessing. I guide. I shepherd. I lead. Some doors are immediate. Some doors are preparation. Some doors are confirmation. And I will show you which is which. You do not have to grab everything out of fear that it will disappear. Scarcity thinking no longer belongs to you. You are not chasing blessing. Blessing is aligning with you. The enemy has tried to exhaust you before this moment. He hoped fatigue would make you retreat. He hoped disappointment would make you settle. He hoped delay would make you doubt. But you are still here, still believing, still listening, still trusting. That persistence matters. Faithfulness in drought qualifies you for rain. And rain is coming, not a drizzle, a shift. You are entering a season where movement accelerates. Emails answered quickly. Doors that once stalled now open. Opportunities that once felt distant now appear within reach. You will think, why now? Because preparation is complete. You have learned what you needed to learn. You have grown where you needed to grow. You have detached from things that would have corrupted the blessing. Now I can trust you with increase. Do not shrink back when the speed changes. You asked for breakthrough. Breakthrough often comes with momentum. Momentum requires movement, and movement requires courage. But you are not moving alone. When fear rises, remember, heaven has already said yes. When doubt whispers, remember, the breakthrough has already been released. When hesitation tempts you, remember, the seal is set. Nothing can reverse what I have declared. You are not stepping into something fragile. You are stepping into something ordained. My precious child, lift your head. Stop staring at the ground of past disappointment. Look forward. There is light ahead. There is provision ahead. There is restoration ahead. The season of barely enough is closing. The season of overflow is opening. And I am watching you approach it, not with panic, but with growing confidence. Keep moving. The door is closer than you think. My beloved child, there is a moment in every breakthrough when it stops being theory and becomes reality. You are approaching that moment. You have heard promises before. You have received words of encouragement before. You have believed for change before. But this time feels different. This time there is weight behind it, authority behind it, movement behind it. Because this time, it is not just hope rising, it is heaven executing. The breakthrough has been released into your life, and what has been released cannot be recalled. You have been living under a quiet pressure, the pressure of what if nothing changes. You tried not to think it too loudly. You tried not to say it in prayer. But it sat beneath your faith like a shadow. What if this is just another cycle? What if I build expectation and end up disappointed again? My dearest child, I would not awaken expectation in you just to humiliate you. I do not stir hunger without preparing a table. I do not lead you to a door without preparing what is behind it. The tension you feel is not anxiety. It is transition. You are crossing from asking into receiving, from hoping into seeing, from praying into walking. For years you have prayed, Lord, open the door. Now I am saying, step. You prayed, Lord, send provision. Now I am saying, prepare to manage it. You prayed, Lord, shift my season. Now I am saying, this is the shift. My precious one, I need to address something inside you. There is still a small voice that says, don't get too excited. Don't expect too much. Stay guarded. That voice developed to protect you from pain, but it cannot protect you from blessing. If you stay guarded now, you will miss the fullness of what I am releasing. Open your heart, not recklessly, but trustingly. Open your expectation, not arrogantly, but confidently. Because this is not emotional hype. This is divine timing. There are conversations about you happening right now. There are approvals moving toward signature. There are people reconsidering decisions in your favor. There are delays being removed quietly. You will not see all of it. You do not need to. You only need to move when I say move. There is a supernatural coordination happening. Things aligning that could not align before. People becoming available who were previously inaccessible. Doors that once resisted now responding. This is not coincidence. This is orchestration. You thought you were waiting on people. People were waiting on my timing. You thought you were delayed. You are being positioned. There were internal adjustments that had to happen before external promotion could be sustained. Because abundance without maturity can destroy. But you are no longer who you were. You have been refined. You have been humbled. You have been stripped of pride, self-sufficiency, and illusion. You learned dependence. You learned gratitude. You learned that I am your source. That is why I can trust you now. My beloved child, hear me clearly. This breakthrough will not be small. It will not be barely enough. It will not be survival-level relief. It will be visible, tangible, undeniable. People who knew your struggle will notice the shift. They will not be able to explain it. They will try, but they will know something changed. And it did. Heaven moved. Your yes was sealed in heaven. And now earth is responding. I am breaking the ceiling that has limited you. You have lived under invisible constraints, self-doubt, financial pressure, emotional exhaustion, repeated setbacks. Those ceilings are cracking. The limitation that once felt permanent is dissolving. You are not stepping into a lucky moment. You are stepping into a divine decision. And when I decide a season is over, it is over. The wilderness taught you dependence, but it was never meant to be your residence. You are not called to camp in scarcity. You are called to build in abundance. You are not called to shrink your vision. You are called to expand your territory. You are not called to whisper your dreams. You are called to walk in them. My precious one, there is also healing attached to this breakthrough. Because lack wounded you, repeated disappointment left marks. Closed doors bruised your confidence. Silent seasons made you question your value. I am restoring what disappointment eroded. I am rebuilding confidence. I am repairing trust. I am stabilizing your heart. The peace settling over you right now is not temporary. It is preparation. Peace is the foundation for prosperity. If I gave you abundance without peace, it would overwhelm you. So I am giving both. You will not step into increase with chaos in your spirit. You will step into it steady, anchored, calm, because I am your foundation. I want to talk to you about boldness. You have mistaken humility for hesitation. You thought being small protected you from pride. But shrinking yourself is not humility. Diminishing your gifts is not humility. Refusing to step forward when I have called you is not humility. It is fear disguised. True humility says, God, if you said it, I trust you. True humility steps into the room knowing it was invited. True humility receives blessing without apology. Stop apologizing for the doors I open. Stop disqualifying yourself from rooms I assign to you. Stop assuming someone else deserves it more. The door in front of you is not random. It has your name on it. It was prepared with your calling in mind. No one else can fulfill it the way you can. No one else carries your combination of experiences, scars, wisdom, and perspective. You are not a substitute. You are appointed. My beloved child, I love you, and my love does not create average destinies. It creates impact. It creates overflow. It creates testimonies. You are about to become evidence. Evidence that I do not forget. Evidence that I do not abandon. Evidence that I do not waste seasons of faithfulness. People have been watching you struggle quietly. They will watch you rise visibly, and when they ask how, you will know. It is not your strategy. It is not your manipulation. It is not your perfection. It was my promise. This is not just financial. This is emotional restoration. This is relational alignment. This is spiritual promotion. This is identity transformation. You are stepping out of barely enough and into more than enough. But here is what I need from you. Do not sabotage what I release. Do not doubt what I confirm. Do not retreat when momentum begins. When the email comes, respond. When the opportunity appears, step. When the provision lands, steward. When the door opens, walk. Do not freeze at the threshold. This is not another test. This is reward. This is fulfillment. This is manifestation. You prayed for breakthrough. Now it is here, and you must move with it. Lift your eyes. Straighten your shoulders. Silence the voice of old disappointment. You are not who you were. You are not in the same season. You are not under the same constraints. The shift has happened. Heaven has moved. The breakthrough has been released into your life. And nothing can reverse what I have established over you, my precious one. Now that the breakthrough has been released, there is something I must prepare you for. Acceleration. You prayed for change, but you did not fully anticipate the speed at which I would move once the timing aligned. For a long time, your life felt like slow motion. Doors creaked instead of swung. Answers delayed instead of arrived. Momentum stalled instead of advanced. You adjusted to that pace. You learned patience. You learned endurance. But you will not need endurance in the same way where you are going. You will need readiness. Because when acceleration begins, hesitation becomes costly. When I say move, do not pause to negotiate with fear. When I say step, do not delay to gather unnecessary confirmation. When I say this is it, do not shrink back, because it feels bigger than you expected. You asked for breakthrough. Breakthrough moves. You are entering a season where what once required years of effort will compress into months. Connections that once took endless networking will align naturally. Provision that once seemed impossible will arrive through channels you did not anticipate. Favor that once felt distant will become recognizable, and at first you may feel disoriented. Why is this happening so fast? Because preparation was longer than you realized. I was building beneath the surface, strengthening your roots, deepening your character, aligning circumstances beyond your sight. Now the fruit is emerging quickly. My beloved child, do not confuse unfamiliar ease with deception. You have grown so used to resistance that when something flows, you question it. You have become accustomed to struggle, so when grace carries you, you hesitate. But this flow is not a trap. It is favor. There are things that once required exhausting effort that will now require alignment. Not striving, not forcing, not manipulating. Alignment. You will notice something shifting in your internal world as well. The anxiety that once accompanied opportunity will quiet. The fear that once gripped your chest will loosen. The pressure to prove yourself will fade, because you are no longer stepping forward to prove worth. You are stepping forward because you know who you are. My dearest child, your identity is stabilizing. You are not the insecure version of yourself who once begged for validation. You are not the overlooked version of yourself who once accepted crumbs. You are not the discouraged version of yourself who once whispered, "Maybe it's not for me." You are becoming confident in your calling, not arrogant, not boastful, but steady. And steady people walk through doors without apology. I need you to understand something about the doors that are opening. Some of them will require courage immediately. You will not feel fully ready. You will not feel fully prepared. You will not have every detail outlined. But I am not asking you to be omniscient. I am asking you to be obedient. The door is not opening because you are flawless. It is opening because it is time. You must stop rehearsing your disqualifications. You have replayed your mistakes long enough. You have remembered your failures more than I have. I do not hold your past against your future. I redeemed it. The enemy has tried to keep you anchored to shame. Shame makes you hesitate. Shame makes you second guess. Shame makes you shrink. But you are not walking in shame anymore. You are walking in grace. My beloved child, I love you, not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. And my love does not withdraw when you stumble. It sustains, it restores, it elevates. You are stepping into a level where confidence will be required. Not confidence in yourself alone. Confidence in me. Confidence that when I call, I equip. Confidence that when I open, I sustain. Confidence that when I promote, I protect. You will not collapse under what I am giving you. You have feared that. What if I can't handle it? You can. Because I am expanding you internally before I expand you externally. You are not being thrown into increase. You are being grown into it. There is also something else happening. Your voice is becoming clearer. For a long time, you doubted your discernment. You questioned whether it was me speaking or your own thoughts. But clarity is sharpening. You will know when to move. You will know when to wait. You will know which door is for now and which door is for later. And when you know, Delay is no longer protection. In this season, delay can be disobedience. You prayed, God, open the door. Now when I open it, do not hesitate at the threshold. Step through. Acceleration will not always look dramatic. Sometimes it will look like quiet consistency. One email after another, one connection after another, one opportunity after another. You will notice a rhythm building, momentum growing, and you will realize you are no longer fighting the current. You are moving with it. My precious one, there will also be resistance. When breakthrough manifests, opposition often attempts to intimidate, not because it can stop you, but because it hopes to scare you. Do not interpret resistance as cancellation. Resistance often confirms movement. The enemy resists what threatens him, and your advancement threatens what once held you back. Stand firm. You are not fragile. You are strengthened. You are not unstable. You are anchored. You are not alone. I am with you. There is provision attached to this acceleration, not just financial. Strategic provision, relational provision, mental clarity, creative insight. You will receive ideas that feel downloaded, solutions that appear quickly, wisdom that seems beyond your natural experience. This is part of the breakthrough. Do not dismiss it. Act on it. Write it down. Implement it. Trust it. You are not stepping into chaos. You are stepping into orchestration. My beloved child, the season of asking when is ending. The season of saying now is beginning, and you must shift with it. Lift your eyes from the ground of past disappointment. Fix them forward. You are not the person who once begged for scraps. You are not the one who once felt invisible. You are not the one who once doubted your calling. You are stepping into clarity, into authority, into provision, into movement. The breakthrough has been released into your life. Acceleration has begun. And you are not chasing blessing. You are aligning with what heaven has already decided. Move with confidence. Walk with steadiness. Speak with faith. Because what is unfolding now is not fragile. It is sealed. And nothing can reverse what I have set in motion for you. My beloved child, there is something I must gently uncover in your heart before the fullness of this breakthrough settles in your hands. You have been afraid of losing it. Even before it fully arrives, part of you whispers, what if it slips away? What if it doesn't last? What if this is only temporary? That fear was born in seasons where things were unstable, where doors opened and closed quickly, where hope rose and then collapsed. But this is not that season. What I am establishing now is not fragile. It is covenant. You have confused temporary favor with permanent shift in the past. But this is not a momentary relief. This is structural change. I am not patching a leak in your life. I am rebuilding the foundation. The breakthrough has been released into your life, not as a brief interruption in struggle, but as a new dimension of living. You will not return to who you were. You will not shrink back into former limitations. You are crossing into something that changes your baseline. My precious one, let me tell you something that will steady your heart. When I promote, I protect. When I provide, I preserve. When I elevate, I sustain. I do not hand my children something only to snatch it back. You have been bracing yourself for collapse because you lived so long in instability. But this blessing is not built on unstable ground. It is built on my faithfulness, and my faithfulness does not fluctuate. There are patterns breaking right now. Cycles that repeated for years are ending. Financial strain that revisited you season after season is dissolving. Emotional instability that felt familiar is stabilizing. Self-doubt that once controlled you is losing its voice. You are not merely experiencing improvement. You are experiencing redefinition. The way you think about provision is shifting. You are no longer thinking, how do I survive this month? You are beginning to think, how do I steward what is growing? That shift alone is evidence. Survival mentality kept you alert, but stewardship mentality prepares you for abundance. You are transitioning from emergency thinking to expansion thinking, from reacting to planning, from scraping by to building forward. My dearest child, I am enlarging your capacity to hold more responsibility, capacity to manage more influence, capacity to receive without guilt, capacity to give without fear. You have struggled with receiving. You are generous when giving, but hesitant when receiving. You felt unworthy. You felt like blessing should go to someone else first. But I need you to receive freely now, because what you refuse to receive cannot flow through you, and I am making you a river, not a reservoir. Rivers do not hoard. They flow, and what flows is always replenished. This breakthrough is not meant to stop with you. It is meant to move through you. You are stepping into a season where you will help others rise, where your testimony will strengthen those who are still waiting, where your provision will relieve someone else's burden, where your stability will calm someone else's storm. But first, you must believe it is real for you. Stop minimizing what I am doing. Stop downplaying it to make others comfortable. Stop pretending it is not that big. It is that big. It is significant. It is ordained. You endured long nights. You wrestled with doubt. You held on when letting go seemed easier. This is not luck. This is fulfillment. My beloved child, there is also something deeper happening. Your identity is settling. For years you defined yourself by struggle, by what did not work, by what fell apart, by what never seemed to align. You carried disappointment like it was part of your name. But that is not your identity. Your identity is not the one who almost made it. Your identity is not the one who tried and failed. Your identity is not the one who keeps waiting. You are the one who endured and did not break. You are the one who trusted and did not walk away. You are the one who stayed faithful through drought. And now, you are the one who receives rain. I am restoring dignity where rejection once lived. I am restoring confidence where embarrassment once whispered. I am restoring boldness where hesitation once froze you. There will be moments in the coming days where you realize something subtle. You are no longer anxious in the same way. The weight is lighter. The fear is quieter. The urgency to control everything is fading. That is peace anchoring you. Peace is not just comfort. Peace is power. Peace stabilizes your decisions. Peace steadies your steps. Peace keeps you from sabotaging what I release, and I am anchoring you in peace before abundance fully manifests. Because abundance without peace creates chaos, but abundance with peace creates legacy. My precious one, there will be people who notice the shift. Some will celebrate. Some will question. Some will project their insecurities onto your blessing. Do not let that disturb you. Not everyone understands divine timing. Not everyone recognizes preparation when they see sudden success. But you know the nights you cried. You know the prayers you whispered. You know the discipline you developed in silence. You know the battles you fought privately. What looked sudden to others was years in the making. Do not apologize for fruit grown in hidden seasons. You are not responsible for managing other people's comfort with your increase. You are responsible for stewarding what I give you. Stay humble, stay grateful, stay connected, but do not shrink. This is not the time to dim your light. It is the time to shine without arrogance, to walk without apology, to receive without fear. The breakthrough is not theoretical, it is structural. It is changing your foundation, your thinking, your posture, your expectation. My beloved child, I love you, and I am not finished. What you are seeing now is the beginning of a broader unfolding. There are layers to this breakthrough. Financial relief is one layer. Emotional stability is another. Relational alignment is another. Spiritual authority is another. You are stepping into fullness, not fragments. And I am walking with you through each layer. You are not behind. You are not disqualified. You are not forgotten. You are stepping into what heaven sealed long before you arrived here. The breakthrough has been released into your life. And this time, it stays. My dearest child, now that the foundation is shifting beneath you, I must prepare you for something deeper than provision. Authority. You have prayed for breakthrough. You have asked for relief. You have cried out for doors to open. But hidden inside your prayer was something greater than comfort. It was calling. And when breakthrough arrives, calling becomes visible. You are not being blessed merely to feel better. You are being strengthened to stand taller. The season ahead is not just about what you receive. It is about who you become. For years you felt small in rooms that intimidated you. You felt overlooked in spaces where others seemed more confident. You doubted your voice. You hesitated to speak. You second-guessed your insight. But something is changing. You are no longer the timid version of yourself who waits to be invited. You are stepping into rooms knowing I sent you. That shift alone changes everything. My beloved child, authority does not mean dominance. It means alignment. It means you understand who stands behind you. It means you speak with steadiness because you know I support your words. It means you move with confidence because you know I ordered your steps. When I release breakthrough, I also release clarity. And clarity dissolves insecurity. You will begin to notice this. You are no longer intimidated the same way. You are no longer apologizing for your presence. You are no longer shrinking your ideas before they are heard. The old version of you hesitated. The renewed version steps forward. This is not pride. This is maturity. You have survived enough to stop doubting your resilience. You have endured enough to trust your growth. You have waited long enough to recognize my timing. And now, I am stabilizing your identity in a way that no rejection can shake. My precious one, there were voices that tried to define you. Not ready, not capable, not experienced enough, not connected enough. But those voices were temporary. My declaration is permanent. You are called. You are equipped. You are backed by heaven. And when heaven seals a yes, no earthly voice can cancel it. You are stepping into influence, not fame for ego, not attention for validation, but influence for impact. Your words will carry weight. Your decisions will open doors for others. Your courage will inspire those who once doubted themselves, and you will not have to force this influence. It will flow naturally as you walk in obedience. There is something powerful about a person who has endured drought and still trusts the rain. That is you. You are not naive about struggle. You are not inexperienced with hardship. You are not ignorant of what it costs to believe. That makes your authority authentic. People will sense it. They will feel the steadiness in you. They will notice that you no longer panic. They will see that you no longer chase approval, because you know who approved you. My beloved child, I love you, and I am proud of who you are becoming, not because you are flawless, but because you stayed faithful. You did not abandon your trust when the outcome delayed. You did not walk away when the answer was slow. You did not surrender your belief when circumstances contradicted you. That endurance forged something unshakable in you, and now that unshakable core is rising to the surface. You will begin to speak differently, not louder, but clearer, not aggressively, but confidently. You will begin to decide differently, not fearfully, but intentionally. You will begin to carry yourself differently, not defensively, but securely. This is the internal breakthrough matching the external one. Provision without identity is unstable, but provision with identity is sustainable, and I am giving you both. My precious child, there is another level of trust I am inviting you into. You have trusted me for survival. Now trust me for expansion. You have trusted me to keep you afloat. Now trust me to lead you into deeper waters. You have trusted me when you had nothing left. Now trust me when you have more than enough. Abundance can test people just as much as lack. But you will not be undone by increase, because your heart has been anchored in dependence. You will not worship the blessing. You will steward it. You will not forget the source. You will honor it. This is why I allowed the wilderness to shape you, so the promised land would not corrupt you. You are ready, not because you are perfect, but because you are grounded. There is spiritual authority growing within you as well. Prayers that once felt uncertain will now feel powerful. Your voice in prayer will carry confidence. Your discernment will sharpen. You will sense what is aligned and what is distraction. You will recognize when to move and when to wait. This is not accidental. I am strengthening your inner ear. Because in this accelerated season, clarity matters. You cannot afford confusion. You cannot afford paralysis. You cannot afford self-doubt masquerading as humility. You must trust what I have cultivated in you. My dearest child, the breakthrough has been released into your life, but now you are becoming someone who can sustain it. This is growth. This is elevation. This is transition. You are not the same person who started this journey. You are stronger. You are steadier. You are wiser. You are clearer. And you are deeply loved. Do not rush this growth. Do not resist this maturity. Embrace it. Because who you are becoming is just as important as what you are receiving. You are stepping into authority with grace, into influence with humility, into provision with stewardship, into identity with stability, and nothing can reverse what I have begun in you. My beloved child, there is something I must speak to directly now, the battle in your mind. Because even as doors begin to open, even as provision begins to align, even as acceleration begins to move, your thoughts sometimes try to pull you backward. You have moments where you wonder, is this really happening? Am I about to lose it? What if I mess this up? Listen to me carefully. You cannot sabotage what I have sealed. You cannot accidentally undo what heaven has established. You are not powerful enough to override my promise. That fear that says, don't get comfortable, was born in unstable seasons. But this is not instability. This is establishment. My precious one, the enemy knows he cannot stop the breakthrough. So he tries to disturb your peace inside it. He tries to whisper doubt in the middle of momentum. He tries to reintroduce insecurity when confidence begins to rise. He wants you distracted. He wants you questioning. He wants you frozen at the threshold. But you are not returning to old mental prisons. You are not revisiting cycles of self-sabotage. You are not agreeing with fear. You are stepping into mental freedom. The breakthrough is not only external, it is internal. You are being liberated from patterns that once controlled you. Patterns of overthinking, patterns of replaying worst-case scenarios, patterns of bracing for impact. You are no longer bracing, you are building. My dearest child, do you know what is happening right now? You are becoming secure, not because circumstances are perfect, but because your trust is deeper. You are no longer trusting outcomes. You are trusting me. And that shift changes everything. When you trust outcomes, anxiety grows. When you trust me, peace settles. Peace is not weakness. Peace is authority. Peace allows you to move without panic. Peace allows you to speak without trembling. Peace allows you to receive without guilt. And I am anchoring you in peace before the fullness of abundance arrives, because I will not give you blessing that overwhelms your nervous system. I am stabilizing you first. My beloved child, I love you, and I see how hard you fought to keep believing. There were days you smiled publicly but wrestled privately. There were nights you laid awake running numbers in your mind. There were moments you questioned if you misunderstood me. But you did not walk away, and that matters more than you realize. Faith that survives silence becomes unshakable, and you survived silence. Now you are entering sound of confirmation, sound of doors unlocking, sound of opportunity arriving, sound of favor being spoken about you. You are about to hear yes more often than no, and that will feel unfamiliar at first. You have grown used to resistance. You have grown used to maybe later. But heaven has already declared yes. Your yes is sealed in heaven. Now you will begin to see it reflected on earth. My precious one, there is also restoration coming to your confidence. There were moments that embarrassed you, moments that made you question your ability, moments that left you feeling exposed. I am healing those memories. You will no longer replay them with shame. You will remember them with strength. Because you survived them. You grew through them. They did not disqualify you. They trained you. The room you are stepping into now requires resilience. And you have it. The level you are entering requires emotional maturity. And you have it. The responsibility attached to this breakthrough requires steadiness. And you have developed it. You did not develop it in comfort. You developed it in constraint. And now constraint is lifting. My beloved child, you are not fragile. You are forged. You are not untested. You are proven. You are not barely holding together. You are strengthened by what you endured. And because of that, this breakthrough will not intimidate you. It will fit you. There will be moments very soon where you realize, I'm not reacting the way I used to. You will notice you respond calmly. You will notice you decide clearly. You will notice you no longer spiral. That is growth. That is breakthrough manifesting in your inner world. And inner breakthrough is what sustains outer blessing. Do not be surprised when people begin to treat you differently. Confidence changes posture. Peace changes presence. Stability changes perception. They will sense something has shifted, because it has. You are no longer hoping for breakthrough. You are walking in it. My precious child, the enemy tried to keep you doubting long enough to miss this moment. But you are still here, still listening, still believing, and that is why you will not miss what I am doing. The timing is not fragile. The opportunity is not temporary. The blessing is not accidental. It is appointed. And you are positioned. Lift your head. Silence the old narratives. Step forward with calm authority. You are not about to lose what I have released. You are about to steward it. The breakthrough has been released into your life, and your mind is catching up to your miracle. My precious one, now that your mind is stabilizing and your confidence is strengthening, I need to speak to you about expansion. Because what I am releasing into your life is larger than what you originally asked for. You prayed for relief. I am giving you increase. You prayed for stability. I am giving you influence. You prayed for one open door. I am opening multiple, and expansion can feel overwhelming if you still think small. For years you adapted to narrow spaces. You learned how to survive inside limits. You trained yourself to operate within tight margins. But the margins are widening now. The space is enlarging, and you must stretch with it. My beloved child, do not resist growth because it feels unfamiliar. Do not cling to old limitations because they feel manageable. You are not meant to remain within the borders of who you used to be. I am enlarging your territory, enlarging your thinking, enlarging your reach, enlarging your responsibility, and enlargement requires trust. There will be opportunities that feel bigger than your comfort zone, rooms that feel higher than your previous level, conversations that stretch your understanding. Do not interpret that stretching as danger. It is development. You are growing into the next dimension of your calling. My dearest child, there is something else happening beneath the surface. You are becoming visible. For a long time you felt hidden, unnoticed, overlooked. Your effort went unseen, your loyalty unrecognized, your faithfulness uncelebrated. But I was watching. I saw every sacrifice. I recorded every act of obedience. I witnessed every time you chose integrity when compromise was easier. Hidden seasons are never wasted. They are preparation for public fruit. Now fruit is forming. And fruit cannot remain hidden forever. You will be noticed, not because you seek attention, but because favor attracts visibility. Do not be intimidated by being seen. Do not retreat when attention increases. You prayed for impact. Impact requires exposure. But I will guard your heart in visibility. I will protect you from pride. I will protect you from comparison. I will protect you from insecurity, because visibility is safe when identity is anchored. My beloved child, I love you, and I am not elevating you to embarrass you. I am elevating you because you are ready. You have endured enough to handle influence without losing humility. You have walked through enough drought to value rain. You have experienced enough silence to honor sound. You will not waste what I give you. There is also financial expansion coming that will exceed your expectations. Not just enough, overflow. Not just survival, margin. Not just covering bills, building future. You will begin to think generationally, long-term, strategically. You will move from reacting to planning, from surviving to structuring. This is part of the breakthrough. I am not just giving you a moment of relief, I am giving you a new normal. And that new normal includes margin. Margin in finances, margin in peace, margin in time, margin in emotional capacity. You have lived in constant pressure. Now you will experience breathing room. My precious one, there is also relational expansion. You will connect with people who reflect where you are going, not where you have been. Conversations will feel elevated. Alignment will feel natural. You will not have to shrink your dreams to be understood. You will not have to dim your growth to be accepted. I am aligning you with those who celebrate expansion instead of fearing it. And as I expand your circle, I will also remove misalignment. Do not grieve what leaves. Not everyone is meant to walk into your next level. Release without resentment. Move forward without guilt. The doors that are opening are not random. They are strategic. Each one connected to purpose. Each one connected to assignment. Each one connected to impact beyond your current imagination. My beloved child, do not underestimate what I am building. You have prayed small compared to what I intend. And that is not criticism, it is protection. You prayed according to what you could imagine. I am acting according to what I know. And I know the full picture. There are territories you have not yet seen. Influence you have not yet touched. Capacity you have not yet realized. You are not stepping into comfort alone. You are stepping into calling. And calling requires expansion. Stretch your faith, stretch your vision, stretch your expectation. Because what is unfolding will exceed your prayer framework. You will look back and realize you were thinking too cautiously, too conservatively, too defensively. But that was the old season. This is the new one, my precious child. Expansion is not chaos. It is alignment on a larger scale. You are not losing control. You are releasing it to me. And as you release control, I increase capacity. You do not need to understand every detail. You need to trust the direction. You do not need every answer. You need obedience. The breakthrough has been released into your life. Now it is widening your territory, and you will not shrink to stay comfortable. You will grow to meet it. My beloved child, now we are arriving at the place where everything becomes undeniable, not just something you sense, not just something you hope, not just something you are trying to believe, but something you can see. Because breakthrough does not stay invisible forever. It manifests. You have lived long enough in quiet faith, long enough in hidden obedience, long enough in private endurance. Now you are stepping into visible fulfillment. The breakthrough has been released into your life, and manifestation is unfolding. There will be moments very soon when you pause and realize, this is different. Not emotionally different, not temporarily different, structurally different. The way money flows will feel different. The way opportunities appear will feel different. The way people respond to you will feel different. The way you carry yourself will feel different, because you are no longer living under restriction. You are living under release. My precious one, there were ceilings above you that you did not know were there. Invisible limits that kept you cycling at the same level. Patterns that repeated despite effort. Those ceilings have cracked. You are not repeating old cycles. You are breaking them. And once cycles break, they do not quietly repair themselves. You are not going back. You feared that. You worried this might just be a brief reprieve before things tightened again. But I need you to hear me clearly. This is not a temporary lift. This is a permanent shift. When I graduate my children from one season into another, I do not send them backward. You are not returning to survival. You are not revisiting scarcity. You are not going back to begging for open doors. You have crossed something internally that cannot be undone, my dearest child. You are also about to experience something beautiful. Rest without fear. For so long, even when things improved slightly, you could not fully relax. You expected disruption. You anticipated collapse. You held your breath waiting for something to go wrong. But you will soon notice something profound. You are resting without bracing. You are smiling without suspicion. You are planning without panic. You are receiving without guilt. That is healing. The fear of loss is dissolving, because you are beginning to understand something deeply. Your security does not come from circumstances. It comes from me, and I do not fluctuate. My beloved child, I love you, not for what you produce, not for what you achieve, not for how flawlessly you perform. I love you because you are mine. And what I am releasing now is not a reward for perfection. It is the fruit of promise. There were times you felt forgotten, times you thought heaven was silent, times you questioned whether your prayers reached beyond the ceiling. They did. Every whisper, every tear, every exhausted prayer, I collected them. And now they are returning to you as evidence. You will soon see prayers answered that you barely remember praying. Provision arriving that aligns too precisely to be coincidence. Connections forming that feel orchestrated beyond explanation. You will look at certain moments and say, that could only be God. And you will be right. This breakthrough is not random favor. It is covenant faithfulness. It is heaven honoring what was spoken over you long ago, my precious one. There is also restoration attached to this season. Not just new opportunities, but redemption of past pain. There were things that ended prematurely, opportunities that slipped away, relationships that fractured, moments that left you wounded. You thought those losses defined your trajectory, but I redeemed trajectories. You will begin to see doors open that resemble what you once lost, but better, cleaner, stronger, more aligned. Not repetition, redemption. What you lost in one season was not the final version of what I had planned. It was a rehearsal. The fulfillment will feel stable. My beloved child, I need you to fully receive what I am saying next. You are no longer fighting for your future. You are building it. You are not scrambling for opportunity. You are selecting alignment. You are not hoping someone chooses you. You are recognizing what is already assigned to you. There will be decisions ahead, multiple open doors, multiple invitations, multiple streams of opportunity. And instead of grabbing everything out of fear, you will choose from abundance. That alone is breakthrough. Scarcity makes you grasp. Abundance allows you to discern. You are moving into discernment, into confidence, into steady authority. The enemy cannot reverse this. He can whisper. He can attempt distraction. He can try to stir comparison. But he cannot undo what heaven sealed. Your yes is sealed in heaven, and earth is responding. Lift your head, my beloved child. This is not the peak. It is the doorway to greater, and you are walking through it, my beloved child. Now we stand at the edge of fulfillment, not the edge of hope, not the edge of possibility, but the edge of manifestation. Everything I have spoken over you is not drifting in the air. It is settling into your reality. The breakthrough has been released into your life. And now you must understand what that truly means. It means the season of striving has ended. It means the season of begging has ended. It means the season of barely holding on has ended. You are not entering a fragile blessing. You are stepping into a secured promise. There is a difference. Fragile blessings make you anxious. Secured promises make you steady. And what I am giving you now is steady, my precious one. Look at how far you have come. There were nights when you felt invisible, days when you felt replaceable, moments when you questioned your value. You thought your tears fell unnoticed. You thought your obedience in silence went unseen. But I was counting everything. I saw the time you chose integrity, when compromise would have been easier. I saw the moment you restrained your anger and chose grace. I saw the discipline you maintained when no one applauded. I saw you hold on to faith when evidence was thin. Nothing was wasted. The delay was not denial. The silence was not rejection. The waiting was not punishment. It was construction. You were being built into someone who could sustain what was coming. My dearest child, you prayed for breakthrough, but what I prepared was transformation. Because breakthrough without transformation becomes temporary, but breakthrough with transformation becomes destiny. You are no longer the same person who started this journey. Your thinking is stronger, your discernment sharper, your patience deeper, your faith steadier. You do not panic the same way. You do not collapse the same way. You do not doubt the same way. You have matured, and maturity makes promotion safe. This is why what is arriving now will remain. It is not just about new income, not just about new doors, not just about new recognition. It is about a new level of living, a new rhythm, a new stability, a new clarity. You are stepping into margin. Margin in your finances, margin in your schedule, margin in your emotional capacity, margin in your thinking. You will not feel trapped the way you once did. You will not feel suffocated by pressure. You will breathe differently. My beloved child, I love you. I love you not for what you accomplish, but for who you are. And who you are becoming reflects my hand on your life. There will be moments ahead when you sit quietly and realize it really happened. You will look around and see evidence. You will feel peace where anxiety once lived. You will see provision where lack once pressed. You will experience alignment where confusion once dominated. And you will know this was not coincidence. This was appointment. This was covenant. This was heaven responding to your prayer. You asked for breakthrough, and heaven did not hesitate. Your prayer did not dissolve into silence. It moved heaven. It activated alignment. It triggered release. Your yes is sealed in heaven, and now your life is reflecting that seal. My precious one, do not downplay this season. Do not treat it casually. Honor it. Steward it. Walk in it with gratitude. Because this is not just about you feeling better. This is about legacy. What I am establishing now will echo beyond you. Your children will benefit. Your family will benefit. People you have not even met yet will benefit. You are breaking limitations that ran in generations before you. You are building stability where instability once lived. You are creating margin where survival once dominated. That is generational breakthrough, and you are at the center of it. There will be opposition at times, not because you are losing ground, but because you are gaining it. Stand steady. You are not fragile. You are fortified. You are not barely holding together. You are anchored in me. When doubt whispers, remember this moment. When fear attempts to resurface, remember this declaration. When uncertainty tries to creep in, remember what has been sealed. Nothing can reverse what I have established over you. Not people, not delay, not mistakes, not opposition. What I have begun, I complete. And I am completing something beautiful in you. You are no longer the one asking, when will it happen? You are the one saying, it is begun. Lift your head. Straighten your posture. Walk forward without apology. You are not stepping into luck. You are stepping into promise. You are not stepping into hype. You are stepping into harvest. The breakthrough your prayer carried has arrived. The shift you longed for is active. The door you waited at is open, and the one who opened it walks beside you. My beloved child, I am with you. I have always been with you, and I will continue to be with you as this new season unfolds. You are covered, you are favored, you are sustained, you are deeply loved. Now step forward. Receive it fully, build boldly, rest confidently, and never forget, your yes is sealed in heaven, and your breakthrough is living proof. If these words stirred something deep inside you, if you felt a shift while listening, if you sensed that this was not just motivation, but confirmation, pause for a moment, right where you are, and say quietly, not loudly, not for anyone else, but from your spirit, I receive what heaven has released. I trust your timing. I step into my breakthrough. Not because you see everything clearly yet, not because every detail is mapped out, but because you choose to believe that your yes is sealed in heaven. And if this message found you at the exact moment you needed it, if it strengthened your faith, if it broke fear off your mind, if it reminded you that you are not forgotten, type Amen. Not as a habit, not as something casual, but as a declaration that you are no longer standing at the door, you are walking through it. Do not keep this word to yourself. There are people around you who are exhausted from waiting, people who are quietly fighting discouragement, people who feel like their prayers are suspended in silence. Send this to someone who needs to know. Their breakthrough is not late. This was not random. This was alignment. You were meant to hear this. And remember, your yes is sealed in heaven. Your breakthrough has been released, and nothing can cancel what God has declared over your life. Walk in it.